Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here for another edition, another episode, another round of Poevember. That's hashtag Poevember24 if you want to follow along. Instagram, YouTube, the things, the videos, everything will be linked in the description and at the end of the video so you guys can check it out. And today, you guys, we are doing a new poem. We're in a new section. So the prompt for day 21, before I forget, is Mystic Moon. So we're doing moon things. I'm going to make a moon bracelet thing. That's what I'm making. And the poem is The Sleeper. And you guys, I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to present it to you in a totally organic, natural way. So, here we go. This is Edgar Allan Poe's The Sleeper. At midnight in the month of June, I stand beneath the mystic moon. An opiate vapor, dewy dim, exhales from out her golden rim, and softly dripping, drop by drop, upon the quiet mountain top, steals drowsily and musically into the universal valley. The rosemary nods upon the grave, the lily lolls upon the wave, wrapping the fog about its breast, the ruin moulders into rest. Looks like the leaves see, the lake a conscious slumber seems to take, and would not for the world awake, all beauty sleeps, and lo, where lies her casement, open to the skies, Irene with her destinolines. O lady bright, can it be right? This window opens to the night, the wanton air from the treetop, laughingly through the lattice drop. The bodiless airs a wizard rout, flit through thy chamber in and out, and wave the curtain canopy so fitfully, so fearfully, above the closed and fringed lid, neath which thy slumbering soul lies hid, that o'er the floor and down the wall, like ghosts and shadows, rise and fall. O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come o'er far-off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. Strange is thy pallor, strange thy dress, strange above all thy length of tress, and this all solemn silentness. The lady sleeps, oh may her sleep, which is enduring, so be deep. Heaven have her in its sacred keep, this chamber changed for one more holy, this bed for one more melancholy. I pray to God that she may lie forever with unopened eye, while the pale sheeted ghosts go by. My love, she sleeps, oh may her sleep, as it is lasting, so be deep. Soft may the worms about her creep, far in the forest dim and old. For her may some tall vault unfold, some vault that oft hath flung its black and winged panels fluttering back, triumphant o'er the crested palls of her grand family funerals. Some sepulchre, remote and alone, against whose portals she hath thrown in childhood many an idle stone, some tomb from out whose sounding door she ne'er shall force an echo more, thrilling to think, poor child of sin, it was the dead who groaned within. And that was The Sleeper by Edgar Allan Poe. And I absolutely fumbled some words in here, and I'm kind of mad at myself for it because I usually look up the funky words before I start recording so that I don't trip over it, but this word I could not actually find, and I didn't look it up, but I'm looking for it right now, and I can't find it. It's the Destinleys? Irene with her Destinless? Destinles? I don't know if it's like French, maybe? It's something. I don't know what it is. But I messed that up hardcore, so apologies. Also, for the sake of the rhythm of the poem, I mispronounced the river Levy, which may also be Leve, and I may not be mispronouncing it, and I'm just doubting myself now that I'm thinking about it. But, you know, tis what it is. But just in case you were wondering, though, the river Levy is one of the rivers in the underworld, the Greek mythology underworld of Hades, where you go to forget. So you drink the waters of that to forget your mortal life. Just an interesting fun fact. It pops up. Actually, Poe uses a lot of Greek mythology little bits in his poetry, which I think is just because it was very prevalent and very popular at the time. A lot of classical mythology was very, very saturated into the culture at the time, so it's very on brand for him to use it, but also just an interesting fun tidbit. At any rate, I like this poem. I like this poem because it is about another dead girl. Which is very on brand for Poe. In fact, I think for Poe, Living Dead Girl is not just a song, it's a way of life, because a lot of his poems are about dead women. And this one specifically is about Irene, who you don't hear about. You hear about Annabelle Lee, you hear about Lenore, but no one talks about Irene, and so I thought we should talk about Irene. And I think what's interesting about this poem in particular is that while the other Poe poems about dead women are, like, you know, all of the same type, where they're, you know, his lost lady love, and they're very peaceful, and the angels have come to claim them, and all sorts of things like that. This poem in particular is like, she's dead, but I want her to, like, be peaceful in death, but also goes to, like, the extent of describing that she's not just dead and asleep forever, she's also rotting. And, like, I thought it was just very interesting to have this interesting little inclusion where he sort of throws in the little bit about the worms that are, like, lying with her, and hopefully that they're also, like, taking care of her in this process too, because he doesn't describe the other women in his other poems in that sort of way. That he doesn't talk about them rotting beneath the ground or anything like that. No process of the, like, the decay is mentioned in these other, like, love poems to these women. So I just thought it was very, very interesting. And yeah, as far as my make today, I could not think of a good way to film this. I couldn't figure out if shooting it close up was going to be a good idea or not, because I needed to see it. So I had to keep bringing it up to my face to see it, which is why you can see me getting closer to the camera. So sorry for, like, the weird focus issues here. And also, like, I decided to add the chain as an afterthought, which I'm mad at myself for not thinking about it in the first place. It became a very tricky, very fussy process, which I probably made more complicated by just being stubborn about it and powering my way through. But I'm very happy with the final result, which you guys will get to see here in a second. I really love how it came out. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I think this one is really great. I love this piece of jewelry. I want to keep it forever and ever. I probably won't, but, like, you know, I love it. So, yeah, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, happy crafting. I appreciate your faces, and goodbye.